Hello guys! Welcome to our channel Daily Crypto Advices, where you will find everything important about the crypto world. Today we will tell you in the most comprehensive and clear way possible what Bitcoin really is. We will trace its history from its creation to the present day. We will focus on its security and what regulatory risks it hides. And most of all, you will understand why there is such a huge interest in this cryptocurrency. But before we continue and answer all your questions, I invite you to subscribe to our channel from here. Like this video, then this way you help the quality information we offer to reach more people, and so you appreciate our work and competence. Let's start with the history of Bitcoin. It is considered the financial crisis in 2008-2009. An important role is played by a man who hides behind the nickname Satoshi Nakamoto. He published the idea of creating a digital decentralized currency that would allow the exchange of funds without an intermediary to verify transactions and store your funds for a long time. The advantage is that this allows multiple transactions to be performed without an intermediary between them. In other words, the need for banks, intermediaries, or financial institutions, which are significantly more expensive and cumbersome, is eliminated. Well, we have to mention something very important. This has the potential to destroy the current system, financial security, and the whole financial sector. That is why it is no wonder that to this day, he does not know who is behind the creation of Bitcoin. Is it one person, or are they a group of people with a common goal and mission? We can only guess, but the more important thing here is to trace where Bitcoins come from, how we can be sure of them, and most of all be sure that our money will not disappear for a moment. Let's start with how Bitcoins are created. They are obtained by so-called mining. This is the process by which a team of very powerful computers solve complex mathematical algorithms, and the moment these algorithms get their answer, each miner or digger who has been involved in solving the task receives a reward based on their contribution, or more precisely, based on the computer energy that is invested in the system. Accordingly, the stronger your machine and the more energy it has put into completing the task, the more reward you will receive. The reward is in the form of this so-called block, which contains Bitcoins. Their course is designed so that new Bitcoins are dug every 10 minutes, or in other words, a mathematical algorithm is solved every 10 minutes, and this block of the solved equation is attached to the circuit created so far. We call this chain. The series of these blocks contains all the transaction information for each Bitcoin. It is important to note that each subsequent block that is attached to the series contains all the information of all previous blocks plus the additional information it carries. We will look at how blockchain works in more detail in another video. For example, look at this diagram. The gamma block contains all the new information, as well as that from the beta block and the alpha block. And the delta block will contain the new information plus that from the alpha, beta, and gamma block, and so on. But we must also pay attention to the second task performed by the miners of Bitcoins, and it is to verify the legitimacy of each Bitcoin transaction. In this way, the security of the system is ensured, and any possibility of errors is eliminated. And the error is considered to be incorrect reporting of transactions, availability, or external attempt to misappropriate your funds through a hacker attack. That is why the more miners there are in the Bitcoin system, the more decentralized it becomes, which makes it extremely difficult to hack. And yes, here it is important to tell you that since the creation of Bitcoin, no one has been able to hack it. Although worth more than $1 trillion, which is a huge temptation for everyone. The system is not discriminated against, and there is not a single successful breakthrough in it. Wondering why? Well, it's simple. To be able to hack the system, you have to hack every single miners in the world. Because the basis of Bitcoin's work is based on the proof of work model, which is a kind of consensus mechanism. Or explained most easily, every miners must validate the transaction so that it can be approved, verified, and successfully recorded on a block. And the more Bitcoin miners we have, the more decentralized the system becomes. In other words, control is scattered everywhere. This makes it harder to break into the system because more and more computers need to be hacked at the same time. The idea was to create an ideal decentralized currency that people could use for all kinds of payments and have a built-in deflation mechanism. This is the exact opposite of the current global monetary system, in which absolutely every currency in the world is fiat.